Start that recording button. Cool. All right. So share my screen. We're going to be going over how to run Facebook ads through command and how you can follow up with them. So we'll touch a little bit on what we talked about last week with smart plans too. All righty. So first things first, obviously, I'm just going to go ahead and start this in an incognito browser just to be sure. First thing you're going to need for this, so this isn't command related, but it is because you will need a professional page attached to your personal page in Facebook. To create a page on Facebook, so this is your, your Facebook page. They have like a little. This is like the newer version of Facebook. I can't even remember what the old one looks like. It switched a few months ago. So if you haven't been on here a while, yours may look a little different, but it'll probably ask you to upgrade or update to the newer looking Facebook. So go ahead and do that. But on this one, it's just up here on create. And what you'll do is create a page. And then that page will be your new professional page, essentially. And the category would be, like real estate. And then you'll go from there. Check with Brad on all the information that technically needs to be on there for compliance reasons. Like brokerage information, contact information, all that kind of stuff. But you will need that professional page in Facebook, and I'll show you why. Because that way, when you log into command, you will go to your name up here. You will go to settings. And then you're going to essentially connect command. And what it does is it, let me see here. So you basically connect your Facebook here and then the ads manager, right? So that way you can now run ads directly from command and you don't have to do it in Facebook. And the reason you want to do it in command is that way, anytime you capture a lead from that ad, that contact is now put directly into command. And then we can start doing follow-up drip campaigns on them, right? So it's a whole, a repeatable process you keep doing. Especially once you find ads that are, tend to work. Okay, so that's going to be step number one, right? You can click on your name, you went to settings, and then make sure that Facebook is set up. Or if you want to run Twitter ads, or if you want to do Google AdWords. I have not run Twitter ads or used Google AdWords, so I'm going to stick to presenting on how to do a Facebook ad the way I would do it and why I've had success with it. So if you've used, Google AdWords or Twitter, we can talk offline. Maybe we can put another training together. So to create an effective Facebook ad, you need a few things. Nothing too complicated. You need a little bit of ad copy, something around 100 words or less, probably less. And in that ad copy, you want to just include a couple of emojis, something to keep people to, something to make them stop their scroll, right? Because people aren't on Facebook to buy or sell their house, right? It's not a buying or selling their house platform, but it is a platform where when people see something that interests them, they will click on it. So you have to show them something that might interest them, like a cool looking house or presenting some type of offer that might, if they're already in the mindset where they are thinking about buying a house, that it would be like, oh, hey, I've been thinking about buying a house. Maybe I'll click on this because this looks like it could help me do that. So coming up with those, it could take a little time just to kind of brainstorm it, but, give it a little bit of thought. And you'll tend to have a little bit more success than just kind of, running your standard, branding type of post, which is just kind of like, hey, my name's Mike, I sell houses. If you want to buy one, click on it. Like, I don't want to click on that, but if I see a cool house, that just popped up, or if I see something, maybe I have like, maybe I don't know I can buy a house and I have maybe less than stellar credit, and you run an ad about, you know, credit repair, and you have someone that can help with their credit, you know, like something to get them excited about it, you know, try to stand out.
Quick question. Are
Yeah.
there templates anywhere in Command that we can choose from or maybe copy?
There are not there's not a standard Facebook template, no. What I will say though is that there are a lot of groups on Facebook. Let me just pull one up that I'm a part of that has a lot of people who post ads that are effective, and they show you how to run them too. Let me see here. Yeah, it's called KW Command Facebook Lead Mastermind. So this group is all about like best practices, how to set your ad up, and then how to like do the different smart plans that they use for follow-up. Let's see here. Yeah, so I would check this group out after this. This would be a good follow-up. It's called Facebook Lead or KW Command. I'll copy and put this in the chat. Where is the chat? To more chat. There we go. Yeah, so go ahead, and I could probably just invite you guys actually. I think we're all friends on Facebook. Peter, are you already in this one? I don't think you are. I'll invite Peter, Elkin. Who else is in this training right now? Show yourself. Who is it? You're gonna make me click on you.
I'll add Elena. She
okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm Facebook friends with Jeremy or Latrell. Maybe I'm friends with Latrell. Oh no. It might be.
What is our market center number?
Sorry.
I'll send an invite. So just, I put the name of it in the chat, but you can request, you know, to join it essentially. And they pretty much approve it. Oh, our market center number is 944. So that's our market center number. Okay. Back to Command. So down here on the left side, you'll see these are all the different applets: home, contacts, tasks, smart plans, referrals, opportunities, campaigns, reports, design, listings, and consumer. We're going to be in the campaign section. So that's where I can click on that. And this is after we've set up our Facebook professional page and after we've linked it to Command. Okay. Okay, so this is where we're going to run the ad, right? So we would essentially, we're going to create a new campaign, and we can create a lot of different kind of campaign, email campaigns, direct mailers. We can just go ahead and run social posts directly to our professional page, not paid ads. So we could, you know, schedule social posts months out, you know, something that could be, you could do it all at one time, you know. What I would recommend first though, is having a good picture already in the wings, ready to go for this ad. So coming up with something that'll, you know, get people's attention. Okay. Is there a question in there? I'm getting back on Facebook soon before the election. Yeah, probably a good idea. Okay. And you need to have somewhere to send people, right? When they click on your ad, it's got to take them somewhere, because that's how you're going to get their information, because we're going to use Facebook to get their information, because essentially to have a Facebook account, you have to have a name, an email address at least, and a phone number. So what you do is we set the ad up to where that way they can't go. It's essentially, it's a forced lead capture. Of course, they could change their information. But how it works is when they click on your ad, the Facebook pops up with a lead capture information. They have to enter in all those items, but because they're part of Facebook, it already fills their information in there with part of their profile. So most times people just click OK, and they get sent to wherever you're sending them. And that could be your web page. That could be a landing page that you created. I mean, you want it to be a web page of some kind. So whatever that looks like to you, it could be a search. It could be, gosh, who knows? One that I've found effective at capturing, this is probably for capturing buyers. I've run a couple of them and got some pretty okay results, not too bad, is a price reduction ad. So the problem is there's not that many houses that are having price reductions right now with how hot the market is. So that probably wouldn't be too effective right now. Probably what would be though is I run a Facebook ad every time I do an open house. So I know a lot of agents, and I've seen it happening, is they're not bringing houses live until the weekend, so they can do an open house because they're missing out on so many. I've noticed, I don't know about you guys, have you guys noticed houses not coming live on as many houses on Thursdays and Fridays as much as like coming live on a Saturday so the agents can do an open house?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I've noticed it as well. And I don't, it's fine with me. The only thing that stinks is that they're still accepting the contracts and they're still ratifying on Sundays and Mondays. So it kind of sucks for the general public because they're kind of getting, it's fewer people are getting through that house now because it's pretty much the same amount of time, same days that it's getting ratified on a Sunday or a Monday, but it's fewer days the public has a chance to see it. So that kind of sucks. But it just seems like it's in response to agents not being able to do open houses and capturing leads. So let's just go ahead and run a campaign around. Let's say you get a listing and that's how you want to do it. So I'm going to do an open house one, or just an ad around a certain listing, right? So I'm going to pick a listing that we have in the office, and this is how I do it. I go to Bright MLS. So we're basically creating a landing page, Elkin. So, but to do that, I need a listing first. I need to find a listing because I don't have a current listing that's active right now. So I go to residential sale on the MLS. And down here, I added a list office name. It's not a default one, so you're gonna have to add this search item to your MLS. So to do that, you just scroll all the way to the bottom once you get to the search residential sale. If you go all the way to the bottom, you can add and remove new fields. So I just go there, and under available fields, if you just search list office name, right? It'll pop up over here. You click add, okay? And then that way you'll have that option to search by, essentially by brokerage. So I just type in Keller Williams Realty. Gotta spell everything correctly for this to work. Not my strong suit. Wow, 9. Whew, lots to choose from. Okay. Wow, who is this? 2.6. That's got to be yours, right, Elgin? Or art. Yeah, that's an art listing if I've ever seen one. Look at that thing. Goodness. All right, so what do we have here? We have one in Potomac Green. That might not be a bad one. It's a good price point to run an ad on. Oh man, this thing is actually, it's a pretty good one to run an ad on because it's priced good. It's $480. This thing's been on and off the market so many times. I did an open house on this thing like a year and a half ago, and it didn't sell then either. I don't know. I think it's haunted. It must be. But it gets a lot of attention. Like I said, it's got a good price point. You might get people that like the one Loudon area and they see 480. They're like, oh man, I think I might want to check that out. So let's just use this one.
Oh, come on, Mike, use mine over on Ross's.
Okay. We'll promote, because I'm actually going to run this ad because I want to see what it does. So let's go ahead. We'll promote Cece's listing.
Even though it's going under contract probably today.
That's okay. People will click on it and they might still see your name. All right, so 20456 Ross's Point in Ashburn. Is this this is a 55 plus community, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You had what's his name? You had
Saeed.
Saeed do the staging, the virtual staging.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. All right. So we got our listing. We need to make a landing page to send people to for our Facebook ad. So we click on consumer at the very bottom, and I need to create a new page, landing page, create page. Everybody see that? I went to consumer. Pretty straightforward, right? Create a page, landing page, because we're making a landing page. This is going to be my memory is terrible. Like I already forgot the. I'm just going to take the address from the MLS. All right, so standard things I like to put on my landing pages are my branded header, so that shows my information on top. Then I like to put, I'm just clicking and dragging here. I'm just clicking the listing and dragging it over. And then at the very bottom, a lead form. Granted, we're already gonna have their information if they even get to this page, but sometimes you get it twice. And from my experience, if someone puts in their information twice on something, they're pretty interested. So if you get if you get a lead that pops in twice, you know, that's definitely someone you want to make sure to follow up with. And then of course, a legal footer. And one thing I didn't touch on, but I've touched on many other videos is making sure that your marketing profile is updated. That will ensure that your name and number and email and logo and picture all pop up on all of your marketing material. And I'll touch back on that on where to find that after this. If you had a video you wanted to add, you could add a video to this as well. Like if you had a really good property video that you're hosting on YouTube, you know, you could scroll this over there and add the link to that so they can, you know, take a look at that as well. Okay, so now we added, that's all I'm going to put. Right? So now we have to configure these are called widgets. So the branded header, let's just put, what is this? Great new listing. Ooh, 28 out of 30. 2 exclamation marks, there we go. I want to use all of it. Okay, so we got that one. Now we're going to scroll over to the second part. We got to browse listings. So now property address is good since I already have that queued up in my copy paste. I'm going to search for that. Pops up right there. You can search by property address. You can search by MLS number or the less often used KWLS ID. I'm not sure where to find the KWLS ID, but if you can't find, you should be able to find a property address or MLS number. You know, once you make the listing, once you publish it. So what kind of stinks is that you can't do this for coming soons. You know, you can't, it won't pull in all the listing information because the Bright MLS doesn't publish coming soons. So that kind of stinks because it would be nice to do this for coming soon listings. So there are some workarounds, but you have to like do so much manual stuff that it's almost not worth it. But I think, I don't want to say coming soon to a coming soon, but I think in the future, we will have something, some type of coming soon template of a landing page that we'll be able to use. So once we find the listing we want to use, we'll go ahead and just select it by hitting select. And what this does is it's going to bring in all of the property information, including the pictures, the price, the address, and it's going to essentially make this landing page all about that listing. It's kind of going a little slow there. All right, so I want the header image to be this one. I think I like it better right in front there. All right, and then we'll save and apply. Cool. So that'll be the picture that pops up, shows the price, shows stores active, bedrooms, year built. So I have noticed, so before it said square foot, they're looking into it. There's a thing where it's like, it's not pulling in the square footage from our MLS for whatever reason. But I do know that's it's supposed to be. I just think there's something up with the link between the MLSs and KW right now. But just know that they're looking into it. I've seen multiple tickets put in for that already. Because I think that's an important stat to have up there. Okay. So now we're going to go over, if you want to change the header on your lead information form, you can do that here. Interested, let's talk is fine for me. And then you can switch up your legal footer if your links changed at all. And if you're comfortable with all this stuff, and like I said, all this stuff will be automatically populated if you did it in your marketing profile, which is what makes it really important to fill that out, because it would be a really big pain in the ass to have to do this every time. All right, so we save and apply. So I'm pretty comfortable with this. This looks good. And then I'm gonna publish page. Yes. All right. Where did it go? It should be right here. Oh, landing pages. They switched it around on me. Okay. I just need to go steal one of the pictures now from the MLS so I can add it to, you know what? We don't have to do that anymore. They fixed that. Okay, so we go back to campaigns. So at this point, we've made a Facebook professional page. We've connected it in command. And I said I'd circle back. You need to make sure your marketing profile is done. I'm gonna show you where that is now. Under Connect Settings, Marketing Profile. This ensures that all that information, my logo, my picture, my bio, my name, number, email, brokerage, all that stuff auto-populates on all that marketing information, right? Name, settings, Connect Profile, marketing profile, right? So we set up our Facebook account. We linked it in command under General Settings. We updated our marketing profile under Connect Settings. We created a landing page under Consumer using a listing that we thought would attract people by clicking Create a New Page and create a landing page. We then searched for that listing. I'm just doing a recap here in case, like, I don't know.
Hi, this is Susan.
So, and now we're actually going to make the ad. And this part really doesn't take much time at all if all that stuff is already set up. One thing you do need to set up is your payment information also. You can put in your credit card and you can, yeah, put in your credit card and then you can, I have a couple. I don't know why. I think they're both like, one's my business checking and one's like my business credit card. I think it just depends on when I get like better cash back on my credit card sometimes, then I'll use that. Okay, so let's create a new campaign. We're gonna do a social ad, right? Because we're doing an ad, not a post. The difference between an ad and a post, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you run an ad on Facebook, it is not gonna be a permanent fixture on your professional page. It won't even show up on your professional page. You're running an ad that will pop up to the audience of your choosing. All right, you're not sending a post to all of your friends or the people that follow your professional page. There's a big distinction there. A lot of people will run an ad and be like, hey, I didn't see it pop up on my professional page. Where is it? Did it even run? Well, yes, it's running. And the reason you're not seeing it is because like you're not actually one of your target audiences. Does that make sense to everybody? How that works? Awesome. So we are advertising a listing. What was the, do I still have it? Yeah, there we go. And we're going to run this on Facebook. Might as well do it on Instagram. Why not? And we're going to set up campaign. So this is where we're going to pull in that listing one more time. What you're going to need to do here is it says show and it says only my listings. Even if it is one of your listings, for whatever reason, this has never worked. But you just have to put it, just switch it to all listings. And then we'll just find that listing again. Boop, boop, boop. Come on. There we go. I mean, because that's a decent looking picture. Like that's a really good picture of the outside. I like it. Okay, so we have our listing in there. We're gonna add our text. So what's really cool is it actually it takes the first like 200 and some words from CC's description. So you might not even have, if you're pulling this from an MLS listing, you could just like, start using the first part of it. Spacious kitchen, and just get rid of some stuff, immaculate single family detached 2-bedroom. And then, I don't know, you gotta throw a house emoji in here or something. House emoji in there. 1 level living and 55 plus community, spacious kitchen. Maybe a spoon. I think we need a spoon for kitchen. It may seem silly, but I'm telling you, emojis get you clicks. 5-burner gas cooktop. I think the fire emoji is by far my favorite emoji. So we will use it. There we go. What's my headline going to be? New Ashburn listing. Okay. And you're really just going down the line, just filling this stuff in. Move-in ready? I don't know. It looks pretty move-in ready to me. All right, we're gonna save our ad text. Let's see here. This is where you pick the page you created. That's my Facebook professional page. And it's there because I linked it with, so you can run this as a story or an ad. That's interesting. I'll just do an ad, that's fine. All right, so this is really important, this destination part. You want to have it say, you want to click the one that says use Facebook lead generation form. This is what causes the forced registration before they can click on your landing page. Well, to send them to your landing page. If they want to see more about it, you know what, then let's just change what that said. Add text. And one thing I'm going to note, and maybe this is obvious to some people, but not to others, don't put a price anywhere on here. Okay. If someone likes a house they see, you don't want to tell them how much it is. You want them to click on your thing. You want to get their information, right? So that's one of the things. You don't want to put a price in there.
Question, Mike.
Yeah.
If you scroll up, the price appears at the top of the page.
Yeah, but it's nowhere in the ad. This is a picture of what the ad looks like right now.
Okay, so that's just a summary from the listing.
Yeah, exactly. Good point, though. Good point. That could be confusing. All right. And then I mentioned you want to use don't worry if you have Instagram, this won't pop up, okay? Only if you use Instagram too. So you can change it from learn more, sign up, or apply now. Learn more is fine. So this is where it's really cool because we can go ahead and just choose landing page. And then I can just click on the one that we made. That's why you have to make sure to name your landing pages correctly. And we literally just chose the one that we created. So that's where it's going to send them to. And it's your destination, right, of the ad. And now we have an option here for ad targeting. I have found that 25 miles is probably too big. I probably bring it down to like 15. And location of 15 miles around the listing. And I actually do like to add interests. A few of the big ones are like first time home buyers. And this is essentially like when people are in their Facebook profiles and they've like clicked that they like these certain things. So this is how we're going to target certain people. Realtor. This is if they like realtor.com, if they like Zillow. People who like Zillow, who like Trulia, are more likely to be interested in house ads, most likely. What else? I don't know. What are some other interests? What do I usually add? Homes. There we go. Even like apartments. Apartments.com, apartments guide, anything that has to do with houses, just get it in there. Okay. Lead settings. What do you want to happen to leads? So this is a new part when they come in for this campaign. We can automatically tag them. I have a Facebook tag. So that way when they come in, they'll automatically be tagged with Facebook. And we could go ahead and have a smart plan ready for these people. So that way, right when they click on it, you don't necessarily have to be, on the ready calling these people right when they, right when they click on your ad. You can have them go ahead and get right to my Facebook follow-up A+ plan. And it'll automatically send them out a text right when we get their information. And the next day it'll send them an email. And 2 days after that, it's gonna send them another text and then another email until, right? It's just one of those buy or die situations. So this is new within the last maybe couple weeks. So that's really cool. And if you're unfamiliar with smart plans or tags, reference my training from last week. It's on our YouTube channel. And that'll show you how to set those up and where to search for all these really cool smart plans where you can drip on people when they come in as leads. All right, and now how much are we gonna spend on this? You don't really have to spend a lot of money to get a lot of leads. I'll be honest with you. The most I usually spend is $30. And 10 days is usually pretty good if we're just gonna advertise a listing. I'm not gonna do it for 10 days. I'm just gonna do it for probably just like a good 7 day. Just a solid 7 days. So it takes like a day for it to get approved. So it'll go live like tomorrow morning. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. Yeah. Just right through the end of the month. That's good.
Question: what's the average on 7 days on a $30 budget for a new listing on leads you getting?
I would expect to get anywhere between 5 to 10 leads. I'm just going to spend $20 though. Like I said, you really don't need to spend a ton of money on this. And from that $20, like I said, I'll get anywhere between 5 to 10 leads. So, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, anywhere between a couple bucks a lead, we'll do 25. You know what? We're just going to evenly distribute it across the channel. You know what? Yeah, we'll let them, essentially Facebook and Instagram use algorithms. So whichever one is getting more play, that's where it's going to shift the ad. Okay. So I would just say distribute evenly across if I were you. Well, in that case, we should probably do dynamic then, right? So this is why sometimes I don't run you know what? That's fine. The evenly across 2 channels is fine. Okay. Then we save that last part. What did I forget in lead settings? I just didn't save it. Okay. We got all these green check marks and we're ready to go, right? We got plenty of emojis. We got a great picture. We're setting them to a landing page there we created. Man, I think we're ready to go. So we just hit publish. It's going to ask you what card you want them to charge it to. That one's fine. And then create. So tune in next week to see how many leads we get, right? I hope it's a lot. So it's just that easy. I'm going to circle back and just show you where the smart plans are really quickly. Yeah, so you can see here, usually I'll spend 25, 30 bucks, 7 leads, 6 leads, 7 leads, 5 leads, anywhere between 5 to 10. These are ones I messed this one up. This is what happens when you don't do the forced lead capture. It said it failed. What happened? Isn't within the specified bounds. Well, what?
Michael, can you show me what it looks like when you get the leads? Like, where do you go and see the information?
Yeah. I don't know why. Okay. So as you're getting leads, they'll be here. And then you'll click on, just like on where it says 5 leads, I just clicked on the 5 leads words. And they just pop up right here. Email addresses, phone numbers, the date they came in, and what channel they came in from, Facebook. And then from here, you can do a few things. You can, if you didn't put a smart plan, add a smart plan option, you can then go ahead and just add all those people who are smart plan from here. You can go ahead and tag them from here too, if you didn't do that on the forefront. Or you can just go ahead and get rid of them all, archive. I'm not sure what that error is though. Geographic radius that you selected isn't within the specified bounds. It's just 15 miles outside of, well, I'll have to take a look at that. But were there any questions?
So I don't know if this is too specific, but I use Bright Sphere to populate my Facebook. Will these command ads appear in addition to that? I guess, is there anyway a conflict between those 2 inputs to Facebook?
So you have a company, a service that posts to your professional page for you.
Correct.
Yeah, so posts and ads are different. They're seen differently, they're shown differently. So you shouldn't have any conflict there.
Okay, thank you.
But if you have any problems running an ad, just send me a message and we'll put in a ticket and then we can figure it out. You shouldn't though. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's what I had for you this week. If I went too fast, I apologize, but we do post these the next day onto YouTube, so you can go back and rewatch and fill in any spots that you may have missed. And if you have any other command related questions, feel free to shoot me an email, text. I'm happy to help you out. All right.
Hey, thank you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you all guys, everyone for coming.
Mike.
Thank
Great,
you.
as always.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome, CC.